Microphone, change the way you see yourself, Eric Thomas style motivational speech fire. Let me ask you something real quick. How do you see you? Because that right there, that's the beginning of everything. You want to change your life, you want success, you want freedom, peace, legacy. It starts with how you see yourself. Not how your mom sees you, not your boss, not your friends, you. Because let me tell you something, you become what you believe. You hear me? If you believe you're average, you'll live average. If you believe you're stuck, you'll stay stuck. If you believe you're not enough, then everything you do will shrink down to that belief. But if you believe you're chosen, if you believe you've got greatness in your DNA, if you believe you were made for more, then you'll start walking like it, talking like it, working like it, living like it. You can't live like a giant if you keep thinking you're small. You weren't made to shrink. You weren't made to hide. You weren't made to play backup in a life that's yours to lead. So stop acting like you're less than. I don't care what they said about you. I don't care what happened. Your path, not your prison. It's your preparation. And here's the next thing. Stop looking for approval. Let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them misunderstand you. You don't need their applause to do your assignment. You don't need their cosign to walk in your calling. Stop waiting for someone to clap for you before you start moving. Clap for yourself. Cheer for yourself. Push yourself. Because the minute you need their approval, you become a slave to it. And that ain't you. You weren't made to beg for validation. You aren't built to live by someone else's opinion. You define you. You want to be great? Then decide that you are. You want to be different? Then live like it. Now listen to me. Mirror the vision, not the past. Too many of you looking in the mirror and all you see is failure. All you see is the time you messed up, the time they left, the time you fell short. But let me tell you something. The mirror is not there to replay pain. It's there to reflect purpose. What you see right now, that's not the final version. That's just the seed. The fruit's still growing. The vision is still becoming. So stop beating yourself up. Stop rehearsing pain. Stop seeing your reflection through the lens of who you were. See it through the lens of who you're becoming. Talk to yourself like you're in the middle of the journey, not the end of it. Matter of fact, talk to yourself like a champion. Every day, I'm serious. Hype yourself up. You don't need a crowd. You need conviction. You don't need noise. You need truth. And the truth is, you've survived what should have the storms that were meant to take you out. You've got purpose in your bones, so start speaking like it. Start your morning speaking victory. Talk to yourself like you're chosen, like you're unstoppable, like the world better get ready because you're about to change everything. Because when you speak like a winner long enough, your mind starts believing it, your heart starts chasing it, and your life starts matching it. But none of it lasts without self-respect. Success starts right there. If you don't respect you, your time, your energy, your vision, then nothing you build will stand. You want to lead others? Start by leading you. You want to level up? Then stop letting people walk over you. Stop saying yes to things that drain you. Stop living like your time isn't valuable. You're not a backup plan. You're not here to blend in. You're here to build. You're here to lead. You're here to break cycles, so treat yourself like you matter, because you do. Respect yourself enough to grow, to say no, to walk away, to dream bigger. That's where greatness begins. Not in the spotlight, but in the standard you set for yourself when no one's watching. So now I'm asking you, will you change the way you see yourself? Because the second you do, your grind changes, your circle changes, your results change, your life changes. Change the way you see yourself. Listen to me. Real clothes. You've been walking around like you're less than, like you're not built for greatness, like you're supposed to settle. And I'm here to tell you, enough is enough. You want change. It doesn't start with your job. It doesn't start with your bank account. It doesn't even start with who's cheering for you. Who left you? It starts with how you see you. Because if you see yourself as broken, you'll live like a wreck. If you see yourself as weak, you'll never pick up strength. If you see yourself as average, you'll never chase excellence. You've been asking the world to believe in you while you're doubting yourself in the mirror every morning. Stop that! You can't beg for support when your own voice is tearing you down. Stop calling yourself dumb. Stop calling yourself lazy. Stop calling yourself a failure. You survived what should have broken you. You got up when you had every reason to quit. You've been through storms people can't even imagine. And you're still standing. That means something. But now, it's time to flip the switch. Powerful. See yourself as capable. See yourself as someone chosen to build, to lead, to win. Don't let your past put limits on your future. I don't care what your daddy didn't do. I don't care what the teacher said. I don't care what mistakes you made. That's not you. That's what happened to you. And you're still here. Say that with me. I'm still here. Now say this. And I'm just getting started. Every champion was once invisible. Every leader was once overlooked. Every winner was once a nobody until they changed the way they saw themselves. And today, it's your turn. Don't walk like you're average. Don't talk like you're unsure. Don't think like you're replaceable. Walk like it's already yours. Speak like success is in your blood. Think like the future is waiting for you to step up. You don't need permission. You need conviction. You don't need applause. You need vision. You don't need a new world. You need a new mirror. And when you change the way you see yourself, the world has no choice but to change the way it sees you too. Let's go fire. Let me know if you want this turned into a video script or turned into a series of short reels. You become what you believe. That's not just a motivational quote. It's the foundation of everything you will ever achieve or fail to achieve. Your belief about yourself sets the ceiling for your life. It defines how high you can rise, how far you can go, and how deeply you can impact the world around you. If you see yourself as someone who's average, someone who can't win, someone who doesn't have what it takes, then no matter what opportunities show up, you'll sabotage them. You'll doubt your place in the room. You'll shrink when you should be standing tall. You'll apologize for existing when you should be dominating the space you're in. The truth is, you can't live like a giant if you keep thinking you're small. Every move you make begins in the mind. Every step forward or backward is controlled by what you believe you're capable of. That voice inside you, it's not just a whisper, it's the steering wheel of your life. When that voice tells you you're not enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, not worthy, that voice becomes your reality. You start living in a mental prison, chained to the limitations that don't even exist outside your own head. You get opportunities and you walk away from them. You build ideas and then tear them down yourself. You let people treat you like you don't matter, not because it's true, but because you believe it's true. But let me tell you something, belief is powerful both ways. If you believe you're nothing, you'll live like nothing. But if you believe you're meant for more, if you believe you got something in you that the world hasn't even seen yet, then everything changes. That belief becomes your energy. That belief becomes your fuel. That belief becomes the force that makes you get up when life knocks you down. And make no mistake, life will knock you down. You will have moments where you question everything, where it feels like the pain is louder than the purpose. But what you believe in those moments, that's what decides whether you stay on the ground or rise again. Too many people wait for the world to believe in them before they believe in themselves. They wait for approval, for validation, for someone to say you're good enough. But if you wait for that, you'll wait for that, you'll wait forever. The world doesn't crown you until you prove you belong. And you don't prove it to them, you prove it to you. That starts with how you see yourself. Stop underestimating your worth. Stop thinking that greatness is reserved for someone else. You've got the same 24 hours. You've got the same breath in your lungs. You've got the same ability to decide. The only thing separating the ones who win from the ones who quit is how they see themselves when no one's watching. Think about the people you admire. The ones who walk into a room and change the energy. The ones who take risks, build empires, inspire others. They didn't start with the money or the network or the spotlight. They started with belief. They looked in the mirror and decided, I'm going to live like I matter. They stopped playing small. They stopped making excuses. They stopped needing permission. And that belief grew into confidence. That confidence became momentum. That momentum became a legacy. You've got to stop seeing yourself as broken just because you've been through broken situations. You've got to stop defining yourself by your mistakes, your past, your doubts. You're not what you've been through. You are what you decide to become, and the decision starts with belief. If you want to elevate, expand, evolve, you've got to stop thinking like a victim. You've got to stop thinking like a nobody. You've got to walk like your footsteps matter, talk like your voice matters, act like your time is valuable, because it is. And when you finally see that, when you truly believe it, then you'll start making choices that match that belief. You'll stop hanging around people who make you question your value. You'll stop wasting your energy on things that don't grow you. You'll stop holding yourself back just to make other people comfortable. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to build. You were born to create. You were born to lead. But none of that happens until you stop thinking small. You can't build a powerful life with a powerless mindset. The mind has to go there first before the body ever follows. You've got to think like a giant before you live like one. And don't confuse belief with arrogance. Belief is not about thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about knowing you're not less than anyone else. It's about understanding that you are here for a reason, that you have something to contribute, something to build, something to fight for. You become what you believe. If you can start seeing yourself differently, the world around you will start reacting differently. If you believe you can grow, you'll grow. If you believe you can win, you'll fight harder. If you believe your life has purpose, you'll start living like it. Stop looking for, oh. That's the next step to real power. The day you stop needing people to clap for you is the day you start clapping for yourself. And that's when everything begins to shift. See, most people live their whole life like they're on trial, constantly trying to prove themselves to people who don't even matter in the long run. They walk around waiting for someone to say, a good job, enough, worthy. But what happens when no one says it? What happens when the people you were counting on to support you turn into your biggest doubters? If your worth is tied to their approval, you'll break every time they withhold it. The world will label you. Let them. That's what the world does. They see you grinding and they call you obsessed. They see you quiet and call you weak. They see you fail once and call you a failure. But here's the truth. Those labels only stick if you wear them. Just because someone throws a name at you doesn't mean you have to answer to it. The only label that matters is the one you put on yourself. That's the difference between the ones who build legacies and the ones who get buried under opinions. You define you, not the critics, not the doubters, not the people who left, not the ones who never saw your worth in the first place. Their view of you has nothing to do with your destiny. You've got to learn how to walk in a room without needing to be liked. You've got to be so locked in on your purpose that their opinions sound like background noise. Because once you start living for approval, you become a prisoner to it. You'll shapeshift to make everyone else happy and end up miserable yourself. You have to get to the point where silence doesn't scare you, where claps don't validate you, where rejection doesn't define you. Your self-worth can't be rented out to the applause of others. You got to own it. Take it back. Make it non-negotiable. Because when you live for approval, you're not really living. You're performing. You're putting on a show that drains your spirit just to get a few nods from people who don't even understand your vision. You weren't made to fit in, you were made to break through. Stop watering down your dreams so they're easier for other people to swallow. Stop shrinking yourself to make others feel comfortable. Some people will never clap for you because they don't want to believe you came from the same place as them and did more. That's not your problem. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them stare. You keep building. You keep rising. You keep showing up like your name already belongs in the room. The moment you stop looking for approval, you become dangerous in the best way. You become unstoppable because you no longer need permission to be powerful. You no longer second-guess your decisions because someone else doesn't understand them. You wake up with focus. You move with confidence. You speak with conviction. And that energy, that's the kind of energy that moves mountains. You have to understand this. Approval is a moving target. What pleases people today offends them tomorrow. If you live by their praise, you'll die by their silence. So don't chase the clap. Don't chase the credit. Chase growth. Chase discipline. Chase greatness. Because when you become who you're meant to be, the right people will find you and the wrong ones will remove themselves. You weren't put here to be liked. You were put here to leave a mark. The world might not understand you. That's okay. Visionaries are often misunderstood. Pioneers usually walk alone. Giants don't look for crowds to validate their height. They walk tall regardless. So walk tall, know who you are, and stop letting people who don't even know themselves define you. Mirror the vision, not the past. Too many of us walk up to the mirror every morning and all we see is everything that went wrong. The mistake we made last year, the opportunity we missed, the person who walked away, the time we failed. But let me ask you this, how can you expect to become something greater if all you keep staring at is everything that broke you? That mirror you stand in front of, it's not supposed to reflect your shame. It's supposed to reflect your becoming. You don't look into that glass to relive who you were. You look into it to see who you're becoming. You've got to stop letting the past weigh down your reflection. You are not what happened to you. You are not the bad decisions. You are not the rejection. You are not the lowest point of your life. That was a moment, a chapter, not the story. When you look in the mirror, you've got to see more than what you are right now. You got to see what you're capable of becoming. What you see now is just the seed, not the fruit. And the thing about a seed is, it doesn't look like much at first. It's buried, it's silent, it's covered in dirt. But inside it holds power. Inside it holds potential. Inside it holds a future so big, it would blow your mind if you could see it all at once. But here's the key. You've got to protect that vision. You've got to feed it. You got to believe in it even when the outside doesn't match what you feel inside. Because vision is not about where you are, it's about where you're going. And if every time you look in the mirror, you only see what's missing, what's broken, what's not good enough, you'll never grow into who you're meant to be. That mirror is not your judge. It's your reminder. It's where you meet yourself with grace. It's where you speak to yourself like a person with purpose. It's where you say, I may not be there yet, but I'm closer than I was. I may not look like much now, but I'm becoming something unstoppable. Stop using your reflection to replay pain. Use it to prepare for greatness. When you see your face, you should see fire. You should see vision. You should see someone who refuses to quit. Someone who's carrying something too important to waste another day living in shame. The past already happened. You can't unlike it. You can't unlike it. But what you can do is decide that it no longer owns you. What you can do is start shaping your reflection with intention. Your future deserves that. Your purpose demands it. Most people let their past haunt them every single day. They bring it into every conversation, every opportunity, every dream. It becomes a filter they see everything through. So even when life hands them something good, they still feel like they're not worthy of it. That stops now. The mirror isn't for replaying pain. It's for revealing progress. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you're also not where you used to be. That matters. That means you're growing. That means the seed is working, even if no one else sees it yet. And let me tell you something, fruit takes time. It doesn't show up overnight. It doesn't happen after one good day, one great decision. It takes days, weeks, months of staying rooted, of believing, of pouring in even when you feel empty. You won't always see it, but it's happening. So keep watering the vision. Keep showing up. Keep looking in that mirror and saying, there's more in me. Because there is more in you. More strength, more purpose, more value. You're not done. You're not even close. So the next time you face the mirror, don't flinch. Don't avoid it. Stand there like someone who understands the journey, who respects it, who embraces it, who knows that what you're looking at is not the end result. It's the beginning of something great. The mirror isn't just glass, it's a window into your future. And that future starts when you stop looking at your past and start reflecting your vision. Talk to yourself like a champion every single day. Because let's be real, the world already has enough voices trying to tear you down. You don't need to add your own voice to that list. You've got critics at school, at work, online, in your own family. People telling you you're not ready, you're not good enough, you're too late, too early, too different. The last thing you need is to wake up and join them. You gotta be the one voice in your life that speaks life, not doubt. You gotta become your own hype man, your own coach, your own fire starter. Because if you wait for someone else to pump you up, you'll stay flat. If you wait for the applause, you'll never move. You've got to be able to look in the mirror and say, let's go. You've got to be able to whisper, I got this, even when you don't feel it yet. That's what champions do. They don't talk about where they are. They speak to where they're going. They don't focus on how it looks right now. They focus on what it's becoming. Every time you doubt yourself, that's energy you could have spent building yourself. Every time you tear yourself down, that's a brick you pulled out of your own foundation. That stops today. From now on, your voice needs to build you up, not break you. You're going to have days where things fall apart, where you fail, where nothing clicks. And it's on those days that your self-talk matters most. That's when you gotta be loud with love, loud with belief, loud with fire. The world will whisper failure. You shout back, not today. Stop waiting until you feel confident to speak like a winner. Speak like a winner until you become one. That's how it works. You build confidence with words before you ever prove it with actions. You win the inner war before you ever win the external one. Think about a fighter walking into the ring. Do you think they wait until the crowd believes in them? No. They train their minds to say, I'm built for this. You've got to do the same. Start your day with power. Don't just check your phone. Check your mind. Ask yourself, how am I speaking to me today? Talk to yourself with the same drive you use to push someone else to succeed. You've got to be your own motivation. Every day, you were not made to be weak. You were not built to break. There's something in you that doesn't back down. You've survived too much to act like you're ordinary. You've pushed through too many storms to speak to yourself like a quitter. Even when the storm is still raging, talk like the sun's already rising. That's not delusion. That's faith. That's strength. That's how champions are made. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about ego. This isn't about pretending you're perfect. It's about giving yourself the same fight you give the world, the same courage, the same grace. Because if you won't speak victory into your life, who will? And if you think positive self-talk is soft, you've never had to battle depression, anxiety, doubt, fear, and failure all in the same week. And still get up and grind. Speaking life into yourself is warfare. And you better show up to that war fully armed. So say it when you don't feel it. Say it until you do. Say it until it becomes your rhythm, your truth, your mindset. Because that voice you're using, it's the one you hear the most. Make it count, make it strong, make it fearless. Talk to yourself like a champion, because that's exactly what you are becoming. Success starts with self-respect, not hustle, not money, not followers. Self-respect. You can grind 24/7, but if deep down you don't respect yourself, if you don't see yourself as someone worthy of greatness, then everything you build will eventually fall apart. You can fake confidence for a while, but you can't fake foundation. And your foundation is built on how you treat yourself when nobody's watching. You've got people trying to build empires on top of insecurity, trying to lead others while secretly hating themselves. Yeah, trying to shine while constantly questioning if they even deserve the light. That's not success, that's survival. And survival might carry you for a while, but it will not sustain you. Because when the pressure hits, when life pushes back, only self-respect holds you together. Not likes, not titles, not outside validation. Self-respect. You've got to stop talking to yourself like you're disposable. Stop treating your time like it's cheap. Stop letting people walk all over you just because you don't want to make waves. You are not a doormat. You are not a backup plan. You are not an afterthought. If you keep lowering your standards just to be accepted, you'll never rise to the level you're meant for. And make no mistake, there is a level that has your name on it, but you can't reach it if you don't believe you belong there. You teach the world how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. If you constantly sell yourself short, the world will buy you for cheap. If you constantly doubt your value, people will handle you like you're optional. But when you move like someone who respects their time, their energy, their purpose, people notice. You walk different. You talk different. You say no without apology. You make decisions that align with your future, not your fears. Self-respect isn't arrogance. It's alignment. It's standing in the truth that you're worth the investment, worth the effort, worth the fight. It's choosing not to entertain drama, not to waste time on people who drain you. Not to keep breaking your back for people who wouldn't lift a finger for you. It's protecting your peace like it's sacred, because it is. It's saying, I matter, and living like that statement is law. And listen, self-respect doesn't mean you never make mistakes. It means you own them, learn from them, and don't repeat them. It means you don't stay in cycles that hurt you just because it's familiar. It means you don't let one bad chapter convince you the whole story is worthless. It means you demand more from yourself, not out of shame, but out of love. Because when you respect yourself, growth becomes non-negotiable. You want real success? Start treating yourself like the foundation you are. Wake up like your time is valuable. Speak like your words carry weight. Move like your presence is powerful. Don't let the world confuse you. True greatness isn't found in applause. It's found in discipline and consistency. in knowing who you are even when no one's watching. That's the kind of self-respect that turns potential into legacy. And don't wait for someone else to give you permission. You don't need permission to hold your head high. You don't need approval to say no. You don't need validation to protect your energy. Give yourself the green light. The world doesn't decide your worth, you do. And when you start treating yourself like someone who matters, everything around you starts to shift. Your standards rise, your circle tightens, your goals sharpen, and success becomes the byproduct, not the goal. So the next time you question if you're doing enough, ask yourself a better question. Am I respecting myself? Because if you're not doing that, nothing else you do will last. Self-respect is the soil. Without it, nothing grows. But with it, everything becomes possible. Absolutely. Here's the best version of the full speech in the style of Eric Thomas. Raw, passionate, energetic, and purpose-driven with no fluff and no apologies.